Shalom, brothers and sisters. I've touched on this a couple of times on the channel, and I've said it's going to be the next big thing that people go to war for in the years ahead as things become bleaker and bleaker, barreling into the tribulation, and that is fresh water. Water wars. And now we're getting more and more updates and articles about this, and we see tensions and escalations and armed conflict about water and water sources happening more and more around the world. Conflicts over fresh water are increasing. In November 2024, research cited by the Center for Strategic and International Studies, CSIS, cited data from several prominent sources showing that conflict over fresh water has increased in recent decades and is only getting worse. The California-based think tank Pacific Institute maintains up-to-date information on all water-related conflicts in the world and publishes it under the title The Water Chronicles. As of 2024, it catalogued 1,900 incidents of armed violence associated with water throughout history. What was worrying in the Chronicles was the documenting of armed incidents, 90% of which the Pacific Institute found happened in the start of the 21st century. The period from 2012 to 2021 in particular saw 4 times the number of conflicts over water than from 2000 to 2011. In 2023, violent incidents over water jumped 50% from the previous year, while 2022 had nearly twice as many incidents as 2021. So we have a doubling and an increase the whole time on the stress about control of fresh water sources. One of the biggest reasons is scarcity. Much of the world's freshwater resources, 35%, is currently held by just 5 countries. According to the data from the World Bank compiled by Visual Capitalist, Brazil, Russia, Canada, the United States, and China are the 5 nations that control close to half of the world's fresh water sources. And now we have constant conflict regarding water in the Arab nations too, where they want to build a dam, and the building of that dam shuts down a river source that feeds an entire other country, and now they're starting to shoot at each other. Again, how much worse do I think it's going to get? I've read the book of Revelation. A lot worse. In Revelation 8, we have a mountain falling into the sea from the sky, so an asteroid or something from space hitting the ocean, turning it into blood. 1/3 of all sea life dies, and 1/3 of all ships are destroyed. That's one major water source. If you think about the water cycle and how evaporation works and brings us fresh water back to where we're going, now we have blood, right? Then Revelation 16 talks about rivers being struck and them being turned into blood and unpalatable. Wormwood comes down, the star, and 1/3 of the rivers and springs are turned bitter and causes men to die when they drink it. So massive onslaught of judgment against our fresh water sources at the door coming. And they're already fighting this badly. They need to pick up a Bible and read what's lying ahead and realize that it's going to get much, much worse in the years ahead. Be thankful for our redemption in Jesus Christ, and that we do not have to be here, because we are not ordained for judgment. That is not our destiny. We are off to a wedding feast. So keep looking up. God bless and shalom.